Hey everyone. So today I'm here and I'm showing you an image. This image that you see before you is one that I created out of my imagination. Hi. So I want to talk to you a little bit about imagination, and it's something that I've practiced with. Everybody has much of my life. In fact, when I was teaching in Waldorf education, I worked with elementary children, and much of the curriculum in those early years revolves around imagination and it being the foundation of thinking. Now, at the time, I understood a little bit behind imagination and even how we can use it. But it has taken a long time for it to sink in and understand the practicality of how we can use it every day, not just with children and fanciful kind of thinking and exploring soul qualities so that we can create wonderful creations that we do, but to really be able to tap into a useful, everyday, practical tool. And today I just want to share with you, touching back on a couple of weeks ago when we had talked about the idea of rewriting our stories, writing any story we wish to have. It's right now. When we write a story, we're using our imagination. Just like I showed you that symbol. Anytime we're creating, we're using our imagination. And one way that we can use it to write our stories and rewrite our stories is to be able to recapitulate. Now, for people that have explored this idea, it's kind of revisiting events. And when we revisit them, we recall them, and we can bring them up from the course of the day and what we've experienced, even from things that have happened in the past. So I want to tap into just that idea that in the morning when you wake or at night when you go to sleep, you can use this. When you go to sleep at night, before you close your eyes, you can get still enough to revisit, recall your day, and think of all the things that happened. And as you go through reviewing your day, you can access those moments where you experience different things. Now, they could be wonderful things that you can just hold that feeling and utilize that imagination to be in that space and let that expand throughout you. That's an energy. As well as you can revisit places that may have not been pleasant for you. And in those spaces, you can place, replace, or revise that exact ideal picture that you wish for it to be, and project that out into the field of energy and allowing that to be out there. By doing so, you begin to rewrite the story. And the more you can hold and sustain that energy, you can manifest it into being as well. It will actually go into that field of energy that is not within the confinement of time and space. But you can replace that image with your use of your imagination and thereby bring it forward into the future where you can greet a new image and you won't have to replay that same unpleasant image that you experienced before. And that is how you begin to use that energy that exists within the power of imagination. In the morning, you can do the same. You can actually go into your day and imagine what that day is going to be like for you. And holding that energy, the feeling of all that that day entails, and actually becoming aware of places where you might need to write the story right then and there of how you ideally envision it. And the same goes for healing, going back into places that need healing and holding that imagination to bring forth the ideal image, the ideal feeling, and create that out into your world, into that field of energy that creates. Now, if I were to say to you, can you remember that image that I showed you just a little while ago? It was one that came out of my own imagination. It had a lot of significance in terms of kind of a tree that connects all the branches into one living being, and the spiral is going around and round from the center and holding all of it, rooted deep in the grounds, extending out into the space. And that in itself holds a power of imagination for me that grounds me, keeps me connected to the whole, and then reaches out and extends far beyond. And that's an image that I see not just within the work of PureEsperanza, but in all of us in humanity and in each and every one of us. With that use of imagination, I project that out into the world, and I see that then coming. And sure enough, what I'm saying to you is not something that you can take in as fact. If not, take it in as an opportunity for you to experiment, explore, and go into it deeper, really living into that moment of your own imagination, creating for yourself and letting that imagination create in such a way that you will be imagining your world, your life today. And by that, I wish you all the love right here from PureEsperanza to you. And may you create and imagine. And I want to revisit this many more times with you and just be able to share in the joy and let it sink in more and more as you work with imagination and create those wonders that will defy the facts, project out all that you're holding deep in your heart of hearts, and bring you peace. Not to mention the thrill, the joy of understanding the power of imagination and our ability to create our world. Peace.